Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading, on Saturday, October 25, 2025. And I guess I selected the exact image that was needed for this video. So some of you have left comments about the gentleman, the young man I say young man, the guy in his 30s, who provided a testimony in Pennsylvania, who was former military. Quite a tragic situation. People were asking for an update. So I emailed him, and he did provide an update, so I'm going to read that to you guys. Just remember that tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, I will have my live stream. You can join if you are a subscriber. And I look forward to seeing you guys then. So anyway, this is from the male who's being targeted, continued to be targeted, who's targeted in the military, targeted outside of the military, and he sent me some photos too, so let me just get this a little organized here. Okay, one second. Okay, so this is his testimony part 2. It's an update because people were concerned about what happened to him in the military and wanted to know what is happening to him now. So he says, yes, it is still happening, but it has calmed down since I got this place out in the woods and barely any neighbors. For a while, I had fake line workers, people coming down the driveway every other day until I started confronting them, taking their pictures and license plates. They always use the same excuse that they were checking the numbers on the telephone poles. What BS. The last time I went off on the guy asking him how many times are they going to use that same excuse. I have videos up some of my local stalkers in my front yard at 3 a.m. threatening that I'm going to die alone. I think that they're trying to take my dog because she's really smart and helpful, and I don't think she's letting people in the house when I'm gone anymore, but she's getting old. Okay, so I just got off probation 6 months ago for a DUI back in 2022 when I was homeless after getting harassed out of my place in Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania. A little backstory about that town is that every year on Halloween, about 300 witches gather there at the crossroads and do a weird dance and have a hat, broom, and witch laughing contests. Weird times like 11:11 a.m., 1:11 p.m., 2:22, and 3:33. There is a mural in the town with a bunch of occult symbols. And let me see if I can find it. So let me read through this, and then I'll go back to the photos, because what I had to do was I had to cut and paste his email because the print was so tiny. I had to cut and paste it and enlarge it into another document. So I'm reading from that document now, and I'll get to the images. So when I got my DUI, I was drinking at a friend's house that I just met at work, planning on sleeping there. It was slightly snowing, so I went out to check on my car, and there were fresh footsteps all around it. Someone had wiped the snow off all the windows and off the license plate. So I jumped in, started it up, because I was also feeling weird after that last shot they gave me. I was only about 2 miles from where I was living, so I took off. And as soon as I got onto the road, the guy across the road was waiting in his truck for me. He chirped his tires to get behind me. So I pulled over, and he stopped in the road in front of me. So I sped past him, and he chased me down the road. I kept passing out, and I ended up flipping the vehicle right down the road from where I was staying. He was the first on the scene. I acted like I didn't know he was following me until I got out of the hospital. And of course, nothing ever happens except for me getting charged. So many things have happened. I'll have to make a whole other email about my sibling that has been doing all sorts of fraud on me, like changing my mailing address for a local courthouse to her address so that any mail from the courthouse gets sent to her. Funny story, 2 days before my DUI, I went in to pay off the rest of my fines from my first DUI, almost exactly 10 years before the second one. And that would have treated it like a first offense. Isn't that funny how that works? The first one was 100% my fault. I was bar hopping, but the second one was all a setup. Somehow they charged me with some kind of drug charges, too. I didn't even find out until recently. I went to try and buy some guns, and I got denied. I wonder if there's a way to find out if it was MJ or some type of grape drug. Okay, so Mary Jane, I don't know, is that Mary Jane? If it was anything other than MJ, I was drugged. A couple of months before I got off from probation, they sent a criminal informant to put ketamine in my drink. But I caught him with a home test that he purchased off of Amazon. I am not messing with these people anymore. He's lucky. He's lucky that I was on probation, or I would have knocked him out and called the cops. When I lived in Tunkhannock, I let someone I thought my friends live with me for free to watch the house while I worked. But I caught him messing with the Wi-Fi wires in the box outside the house, putting a coaxial splitter on the wires. Then on day I came home early from work, and he had every faucet in the house on blast. After I got him out, there was a bill of about $400 compared to the normal $50 to $70 bill. They did that to me in New Jersey. I went house hunting, and I had a pet sitter there, and they made it appear as if it were the pet sitter, but people were coming in and running my water. If you have time, I really need someone else to listen to the trespassers videos I have with a Bluetooth speaker on blast. And if you hear the same threats, or if you know someone who can do audio stuff, I had no clue who these people were until they started coming down my driveway at night. And they like to sit across the road in an abandoned building parking lot, watching my driveway, recording me driving by on my bike. The police said that's not illegal, though I think it is if they have been coming down my driveway at night threatening to kill me. I think they were trying to get close enough too. I don't drive a vehicle here either anymore. I ride an e-bike that physically can't go over the speed limit, and people still act crazily, like I'm doing something wrong, probably trying to fabricate an incident. Yes, it's a monarch butterfly and a daisy flower. I think it's some kind of a handler reference for people that control the monarch victims. One of my foster parents used that a lot, and she was a retired military and police force. So let me show you what he's referring here to, because he sent me some email attachments, some photographs. So, and he also, okay, one second. Let me get to these photos. Okay, so this is a photo he found of himself in Afghanistan on the internet about a month after finding that the guy made a video about the deep state and used a picture of him and whose lieutenant in this video. It was only at the end. Here, look. Okay, let me scroll down and show you the other photos. Here. It says 172nd Infantry Brigade operations in Afghanistan. Okay, let me scroll down, get some more photos. 1 second. Okay, so here he was explaining some of the military jargon also. PIR can refer to different concepts, but commonly it stands for passive infrared sensor, which is an electronic device that detects infrared light emitted by objects in its field view, often used in motion detectors and security systems. It can also refer to priority intelligence requirement, which is a term used in military and intelligence contexts to identify critical information needed for decision making. I'll show you that. So when you're reviewing this video, if you would like to pause at that and read it a little bit more. The definition of PIR. PIR stands for Priority Intelligence Requirement in military and intelligence contexts. It refers to the most critical information needed to make informed decisions and specific, let's see, it broke off there. And where did that photo go of the butterfly? He sent me a photo of like a light post outside, and on the top of it was a butterfly, like a blue butterfly, and then next to it, like on the bottom in the middle, was a monarch butterfly. So I responded to him. I said, "Is that a monarch butterfly on that lamppost?" Let's see. Yeah, I wrote, "Is that a monarch butterfly on top of that light post? Sorry to hear about the pulling over. These criminals lay in wait for something to happen. I actually haven't driven out of here since last November, which is about a year." So let's see if I can find... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Check this out. Now, who does this? Okay, so here's a light post, right? There's a blue butterfly, and there's a monarch butterfly. So he seems to be of the belief that it's a notification for the local handlers about the people that are being targeted in the area. Yeah, so you can see it's in the wires here. Okie doke. So anyway, I thought that was really interesting. Leave your questions and comments down below. Feel free to share this updated video. This is a targeting testimony follow-up of the male, mid-30s, Pennsylvania military deployment, mobbing, experimentation, setups, etc., which was posted just a couple of days ago. So I look forward to your comments, and I will see you guys in the live later.